When a loved one passes away, the last thing on your mind is negotiating prices. But what if I told you there's a 72-hour window that funeral homes don't want you to know about? A window protected by federal law that could save your family up to $8,000. Stick with me, because this information is crucial. Most people believe they have to accept whatever the first funeral home they call offers. That's simply not true. The Federal Trade Commission has a law called the Funeral Rule, but studies show nearly 90% of families have never heard of it. This rule gives you the right to get price lists from different funeral homes, to provide your own casket without penalty, and to decline services you don't want. Let's talk about the casket. It's often the single most expensive item. Funeral homes can mark up caskets by 300 to 400%. That's not a typo. The exact same casket you see in a funeral home for $7,000 can often be bought online from a reputable retailer for $2,000. The law requires funeral homes to accept a casket you've purchased elsewhere, and they can't charge you a handling fee for it. So, what do you do in those first 72 hours? First, take a deep breath. You do not have to make all the decisions immediately. Your first step is to simply have your loved one transported from the place of passing to a funeral home is care. You are not locked into using that funeral home for the final services. This gives you time to call multiple funeral homes and ask for their general price list. They are legally required to provide it to you. Ask them directly. If I provide my own casket, are there any additional fees? And what is your basic services fee? Be wary of vague answers or pressure tactics. Some directors might use phrases like, "This is what most families choose," or "It's the only way to ensure dignity." This is often a way to upsell you on expensive packages. Consider alternatives like direct cremation. This involves cremation without a formal viewing or service at the funeral home, and it can cost 80% less than a traditional funeral with burial. You can still hold a beautiful personal memorial service later at a place of your choosing. We've heard from countless families who saved between $5,000 and $8,000 simply by knowing their rights and making a few phone calls. It's not about being cheap. It's about being an informed consumer during a vulnerable time. Honoring a loved one shouldn't mean bankrupting your family. By understanding the funeral rule, you can make choices that are both dignified and financially responsible. If this video was helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content that empowers you. Thank you for watching. If this video was helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content that empowers you. Thank you for watching.